All right, so let's start with the big story that we are tracking on WION at this hour, where the number of COVID-19 infections in South Africa has nearly doubled in a span of a week due to the Omicron variant spreading across the country. The virus has now reached the top seat of power in South Africa, where President Cyril Ramaphosa has now tested positive for the COVID-19 infection. The South African president will be in self-isolation under the watch of the National Military Health Service. Deputy President David Mabuza will also be taking charge until Ramaphosa recovers completely. A South African delegation led by the president had visited 4 West African nations over the course of the last week, and COVID-19 tests were conducted in all of these nations, which turned out to be negative for the president. However, Ramaphosa, once he returned to South Africa, has tested positive. And the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, of course, took to Twitter to wish Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa a very quick and speedy recovery. The Director General of the World Health Organization has also extended his solidarity to the South African president. Now, Ramaphosa was diagnosed with mild symptoms despite being fully vaccinated, fueling concerns on the protection that is provided by the vaccines. The new Omicron variant accounts for nearly about 70% of all new infections in South Africa. In the month of November, South Africa, remember, had reported just about 200 cases on a day-to-day basis. And a month later, the country's 7-day average stands at over 15,000 infections. Various studies have already shed light on the Omicron's very high transmissibility rate, and the country's daily infections have also increased by 5 times over the course of the last week. Now, vaccine scarcity in South Africa is no longer the main issue. Earlier, South Africa had asked vaccine manufacturers to delay the delivery of the COVID-19 vaccines because it had too much stock. The health ministry officials had in fact blamed vaccine hesitancy for the slow inoculation drive in the country.
Can you press that for me?
Yep. I think with the lack of vaccinations, etc., Omicron is just the start in terms of mutations that can spread from unvaccinated people to other unvaccinated people. So yeah, it is a concern, it is a worry, the increasing numbers, it was inevitable.
Yeah, it is concerning that it spreads faster. More so that people do not seem to respond in terms of attendance to come and vaccinate. And if it spreads faster, then it becomes a problem.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.